SOCCSKSARGEN is officially known as the Region XII and it stands for South Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, Sarangani, and General Santos City. Cotabato is derived from Cotabatu, which is a Malay term for stone fortress, while South Cotabato was split from Cotabato in the 1960s. Moreover, Sultan Kudarat was named after the former Maguindanao Sultanate Muhammad Dipatwan Kudarat, and Sarangani was named after Sarangani Bey. Lastly is General Santos City, which is an independent city and it is formerly known as a Central Mindanao. The region is recognized as one of the country's major centers for agriculture, fisheries, and trade, contributing significantly to national food production and economic development. Known for its rich cultural diversity, SOCCSKSARGEN is home to various indigenous groups and communities that preserve unique traditions, languages, and cultural practices. The region also boasts abundant natural resources, including fertile agricultural lands, coastal ecosystems, forests, rivers, and mountain ranges that support both livelihoods and biodiversity. Despite its economic importance and natural wealth, SOCCSKSARGEN faces several sustainability challenges such as climate change, environmental degradation, overfishing, waste management issues, and pressures on natural resources. Addressing these challenges is essential to ensure the long-term protection of the environment, the well-being of the local communities, and the continued growth of the region's economy. Understanding these sustainability issues is crucial in developing effective strategies that promote balanced environmental, social, and economic development in SOCCSKSARGEN.
Now let's proceed to discuss the problems and solutions in SOCCSKSARGEN. So number 1 is climate change and extreme weather. SOCCSKSARGEN experiences droughts, extreme heat, flooding, and landslides that affect agriculture, fisheries, and communities. Many barangays in the region are highly susceptible to flooding and landslide, making climate resilience a major sustainability concern, which causes environmental degradation, deforestation, watershed degradation, and damage to rivers and lakes that threaten biodiversity and water resources. Government agencies in the region have emphasized the growing need for climate adaptation and resilient communities due to the rising climate-related disasters. Environmental concerns in areas such as the Ale Valley watershed, which is a critical water source for South Cotabato and Sultan Kudarat, has experienced environmental challenges that affect both ecosystem and local livelihoods. So to address these challenges, the region must strengthen reforestation and watershed conservation programs to restore forests and protected water sources. Climate-smart agriculture should be also promoted by encouraging farmers to use drought-resistant crops, efficient irrigation system, and adaptive farming techniques. In addition, disaster preparedness programs and early warning systems should be strengthened to help communities respond effectively to climate-related risks. These solutions are aligned with SDG 13 Climate Action and SDG 15 Life on Land. Number 2 is unsustainable fishing practices. Fishing is a major industry in SOCCSKSARGEN, particularly around the tuna sector centered in General Santos. However, the region faces problems such as overfishing, habitat degradation, declining fish stocks, and environmental pressures that threaten long-term fishery sustainability. Fish production has shown declines due to the environmental pressures and resource depletion. As one of the country's major fishing and tuna producing regions, SOCCSKSARGEN has a responsibility to protect its marine resources while supporting the livelihoods of fishing communities. Sustainable fisheries management can be achieved by strictly enforcing fishing regulations, preventing illegal and destructive fishing practices, and expanding marine protected areas to allow fish populations and habitats to recover. By balancing economic activities with environmental conservation, the region can ensure that its fisheries remain productive and sustainable for future generations. This effort contributes to SDG 14 Life Below Water and SDG 8 Decent Work and Economic Growth. Number 3 is water pollution and waste management. Rivers and coastal areas face Number 3 is water pollution and waste management. Rivers and coastal areas face pollution from solid waste and human activities. Recent cleanup and drives in the region collected hundreds of kilograms of waste from waterways, highlighting ongoing waste management challenges. Pollutions in rivers and waterways remains a challenge. In a 2026 cleanup campaign, approximately 350 kilograms of non-biodegradable waste were collected from rivers across the region, highlighting ongoing waste management and water quality issues. For the solution, maintaining clean rivers, lakes, and coastal areas is essential for the health of both environment and local communities. Strengthening waste management systems through proper waste segregation, recycling programs, and regular community cleanup activities can significantly reduce pollution in waterways. Public awareness campaigns should be encouraged in households, businesses, and institutions to minimize plastic use and practice responsible waste disposal. Local government can further support these efforts by improving waste collection services and investing in sustainable waste management infrastructure. Through active community participation and effective environmental policies, SOCCSKSARGEN can protect its water resources and create a cleaner and healthier environment, and this initiative supports SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, and SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. Number 4 is illegal mining and resource exploitation. Illegal hydraulic mining activities, particularly in parts of Sultan Kudarat, have caused river pollution, ecosystem damage, and threats to biodiversity and indigenous communities. SOCCSKSARGEN depends heavily on agriculture, fisheries, forests, and water resources. Unsustainable use of these resources can threaten biodiversity, ecosystem health, and future economic development. Government programs have been created specifically to protect watersheds and improve resource management. So to address this issue, by implementing strict enforcement of environmental laws and regulations can help prevent activities that damage rivers, forests, and biodiversities, and environmental rehabilitation and reforestation projects should be implemented to restore degraded ecosystem and protect critical habitats. Sustainable resource management practices, combined with the active participation of local and indigenous communities, can help ensure the natural resources are used responsibly while preserving them for future generations. Promoting environmental education and responsible stewardship can further strengthen conservation efforts throughout this region. These sustainable practices align with SDG 15 Life on Land and SDG 16 Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions.
Now, in terms of food security and agricultural vulnerability, agriculture is a major economic in SOCCSKSARGEN. However, drought-changing rainfall patterns and extreme temperatures threaten crop productions and farmers' livelihoods. Government agencies have identified vulnerable farming areas needing a climate adaptation support. Since agriculture plays a vital role in the economy of SOCCSKSARGEN, building a resilient and sustainable farming sector is essential for ensuring food security and protecting farmers. Climate-smart agricultural practices such as crop diversification, sustainable irrigation systems, and the use of drought-resistant crop varieties. It can help farmers adapt to changing climate conditions. Government support through training programs, modern agricultural technologies, financial assistance, and research can improve productivity while reducing environmental impacts, strengthening local food systems, and promoting sustainable farming methods. This will help us secure a stable food supply and will contribute to the long-term development of the region. These efforts will support the Sustainable Development Goal number 2, Zero Hunger, and the SDG 13 Climate Action. In poverty and community development, many rural and coastal communities remain dependent on natural resources for income. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection remains a challenge for sustainable development in the region. Many communities depend on farming and fishing for income. Environmental degradation, climate change, and declining natural resources can reduce productivity and increase economic vulnerability among rural households. Efforts towards sustainable rural development have been linked directly to poverty reduction in the region. Now, many rural coastal communities in SOCCSKSARGEN depend heavily on natural resources for their income. However, environmental degradation and climate change reduce to increase economic vulnerability. To address this, sustainability livelihood opportunities such as ecotourism, sustainable farming, responsible fishing, and small business development should be promoted. Education, skills, training, and community empowerment programs are also important in improving economic resilience and quality of life. These efforts are aligned with SDG 1, no poverty, and Sustainable Development Goal number 8, decent work and economic growth. Lastly is public health and nutrition issues. Undernutrition and stunting remain concerns in SOCCSKSARGEN. Sustainable development includes ensuring food security, health, and improved quality of life for communities. By ensuring the health and well-being of communities is an essential component of sustainable development in SOCCSKSARGEN. Strengthening healthcare services, improving nutrition programs, and expanding access to clean water and sanitation can help to reduce undernutrition and improve overall public health. Community feeding programs, health education campaigns, and sustainable food production initiatives can help to provide vulnerable populations with access to nutrition food while promoting healthier lifestyles. Collaborating among government agencies, healthcare providers, schools, and local communities can further enhance the effectiveness of these programs. By investing in public health and nutrition, SOCCSKSARGEN can build stronger, healthier, and more resilient communities for future. These sustainable actions support Sustainable Development Goal number 3, good health and well-being, and Sustainable Development Goal number 2, zero hunger.
In conclusion, SOCCSKSARGEN is a region with rich natural resources, cultural diversity, and strong economic potential. However, it continues to face serious challenges such as climate change, environmental degradation, pollution, unsustainable resource use, and social inequality. Addressing these issues requires collective action from the government, communities, and individuals. Through sustainable practices such as environmental protection, responsible use of resource management, climate-smart agriculture, and improved social services, the region can achieve long-term sustainability. The Sustainable Development Goals serve as a guide in building a balanced future where economic growth, environmental protection, and social development work together. By working hand in hand, SOCCSKSARGEN can become a more resilient and sustainable region for present and future generations. Thank you for watching.